feeling the skull floating skyward away from tail. So this is ground descent motion and this skyward ascent. And just take a handful of breath moments simply to learn if such sensations are evidenced in our body. Is that something to which we can attune? And then open eyes if you would have them closed. And do a little hybrid move. It's not side bend, it's not eagle, but it's something in between. So we'll set the left hand down on the ground beside us. Inhaling, reach the right hand fingertips forward, plus turn the thumb tip down. So my right palm faces to the right. So by reaching forward, we'll have a most likely ability to feel the wrap of the shoulder. And so as the shoulder blade moves forward, inhale, expand the ribs back. Like that left shoulder blade, pull them down the rib cage. Relax the head to the left. Now you might find it more interesting to tip the chin slightly forward and leftward. There's a sheath of connection that bridges the shoulder blade to the back of the skull. A lot of people can feel that that's a nice place to bring breath and that quality of release. I'm using my left hand to press and lift the chest up. As I'm inhaling, expanding the ribs back. And then inhale, bring the right palm to the right side, about a foot off the ground. And here we'll release the neck, how we often do, just letting the head tip left as the arm and hand reach right. Inhaling, come upright, tipping the chin centrally, just for an easy path, head upright. Interlace the hands behind back, do a seated chest opener. Lifting the chest. Now exhale, draw both shoulders away from the jaw. Turn so you can see my hands and arms. Now this particular chest opener often will bias the front of the chest. Inhaling behind the sternum. Expanding the front of the ribs forward. Side of the ribs sideward. Do the left arm now. Release hands. Inhaling, set the right hand to the ground. Reach the left hand fingertips forward. Thumb down. Left palm facing left. As you stretch the left hand forward, inhale, expand the rib cage back. Right hand, right shoulder. Pull the shoulder, the blade down away from the ear. And neck release on the left side. Inhale, bringing that left hand to the left side, about a foot off the ground. Simply feel for releasing the head, the neck. Meeting them with breath. So you can hear your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, draw the trunk up centrally, allow the chin to tip centrally over the sternum, and we'll pick the head up. Okay. We're going to set up dolphin, but I'll talk us through taking one hand or one arm away from the ground at a time. So just know that if you're omitting that weight shift for whatever reason, you'll just keep both arms on the ground as I'm talking us through the parts. All right, let's set up elbows, knees. So to be able to do the picking the arm up part, let's set the forearms out in parallel, the palms interfacing with the ground, the fingertips reaching, extending out. Draw both shoulder blades away from the jaw, inhaling, pushing the earth, ribs expand toward the sky. Exhale the knees off the ground, dolphin. So we'll start with weight shifting in the right arm. Now maybe you can do that phase of it, just a little bit of a weight shift. So that might be open to all of us. I usually I like to begin removing my left arm by lifting the elbow first, leaving the fingertips available near the ground, and then taking the fingertips or the hand behind the back. Now, commonly we'll shift our weight in our feet too. Keep weight in that left foot. There's weight in that left foot. That'll help with the balance. Yep, that's it. That's it. All right, we'll switch sides. We'll set the left arm down. And we'll start by lifting the right elbow, maybe the right hand away from the ground. Relaxing the neck. And replace the right arm to the ground. We'll set the knees down. And we'll lie on our back. We'll get right into it, elbow to knee. We'll inhale the head and shoulder blades off the ground. Curling tailbone, exhale, reach elbows toward the left thigh. And so I'm reaching like unlocking, like that very first move, the shoulder blades wrap around, the right leg reaches out, draw the low belly down. Inhale, bend right knee. Curl tailbone, exhale, reach elbows toward the right thigh. Left leg extends, left leg reaches out. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, come back centrally. Curling tailbone, exhale, lift and reach up through the elbows as they turn left. So feel that both arm bones are lifting toward that left thigh. The right leg is lifting away from the pelvis. Draw the low belly down. Usually we can get one or two of those limbs to move outwardly. We'll get three. Inhale, come back centrally. Curling tailbone. Exhale, lift and reach up through the two shoulders and elbows toward the right thigh. The left leg lifts away from the pelvis. On the left side, draw the low belly down. Inhale, come back centrally. Let's do two more on each side on our own. One possible area that we could be getting into, help freeing up, is the middle of the spine, where the shoulder blades, where the diaphragm is a juncture. So I'm lifting and reaching those arms with an intent to free the spine in the middle of the back. And so that's one of the reasons we lift the head and the shoulder blades up. So these abdominal moves can potentially help us get into the middle of the spine. Can you feel an uplifting direction to three limbs, two arms and one leg? There you go. Mm-hmm. Good. We'll do one more today, gate opener. So grab your roll or any other object you'd be willing to work with. We'll place it between legs. And reach legs up. Inhaling the head and the shoulder blades. I should have said leaving the head and the shoulder blades down. We'll inhale into the belly. Let's squeeze the roll, curling the tailbone, finding the inner legs with the squeeze. Exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades up, maintaining the squeeze, lifting up through the shoulders, arms, elbows. Draw the low belly down. So feel that there's 4 limbs lifting toward the sky. Place your left hand on the roll. Inhale, separate the legs. Exhaling, curling tailbone. The roll can be pushed a bit into the pubic bone, and the pubic bone, so it kind of presses into the roll. You might find a little bit more inner hip crease. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bring the legs together, set the head down. Squeeze the object, curling tailbone. Exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Pull low belly down. Hand to roll. Inhale, separate legs widely. Exhale, curling tailbone. Reaching out to the legs. Pull low belly down as you're lifting up through that one elbow. Inhale, bring the legs together, setting the head down. Squeeze the object, curling tailbone. And now exhaling. Reach up through the elbows, the shoulders, the armpits, the legs, 4 limbs lifting towards sky. Draw low belly down. Hand to roll, inhale, legs apart. Exhaling, curling tailbone. Let the hand kind of push a bit the roll into pubic bone. Stretching the legs away from that roll contact. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bringing legs together, set the head down. Squeezing the object as you're stretching the legs toward the sky. So it's squeezing and stretching them upward. Curling tailbone, exhale, lift up through the arms, the armpits, 4 limbs lifting up toward the sky. Pull low belly down. Hand to roll, inhale, legs apart. Exhaling, curl tailbone. Let the hand be a little bit of pressure atop the pelvis. Okay. Some of that angled pressure of hand to prop to pubic bone can actually help with the release of hip. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bring the legs together, set the head down. Now, as you're squeezing the roll, keep stretching the legs up, squeezing plus stretching skyward. Curling tailbone, exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades up. Squeezing and stretching to the sky. All four limbs. Pull low belly down. Just noticing if one of those limbs or more tend to kind of withdraw their reach. Hand to roll, inhale, stretching legs apart and straddle. Exhale, curling tailbone. Reaching out. Draw low belly down. Inhale, bring legs together, squeezing plus reaching. Curling tailbone, exhale, float the head, shoulder blades up, lift up through the elbows, lift. Feeling that wrap in both shoulders, lift up through the inner legs. Draw low belly down. Hand to roll, inhale, legs apart. Exhaling, curling tailbone. Outreaching. Draw low belly down. All right, inhale, bring the legs together. We'll set the head down. And exhaling, we'll let go of that roll. Set it to the side. And when we turn to a side, we'll press up to a wide stance. So wide, neutral or symmetric stance rather. And we'll be working flank stretch. I'm going to choose the alternate where instead of, say, my left hand grabbing my right ankle, I'm going to place my left hand on a block several inches in front of my right ankle. So it's just a change of angle, but it's a very different feel in this left side. So here I'm folded, and I'm placing the left hand many inches in front of my right ankle, relaxing the head and the neck down. Now, that right hand you could place anywhere on the right leg, or you can plant it on top of the left hand so your block doesn't get dragged across the ground. And when we release, it's going to push that block over to the other side. So now my right arm crosses my midline, my right hand on a block in front of my left foot, neck relaxed. And release. We'll walk the hands centrally And then heel toe the feet toward each other. All right. So we'll work forearm balance or dolphin at the wall. We'll be working with leg reaching away from the wall. And if you are kicking up, forearm balance, work forearm balance with straddle. So if that wasn't too much word garble, if you're kicking up, forearm balance, legs and straddle. Just a quick visual to help jog your body memory. Okay. And if you don't have that amount of wall space, another option is dolphin at the wall, wherein we can reach one leg away from the wall, about 4 breaths each side. So you may have to select based on how much room you have, but we'll be upside down on our forearms, reaching legs apart. So select one of those, and I'll just loosely frame it for us so we can kind of do it together. Just getting set up on your forearms into dolphin. And then when you're ready, press up or kick up. We'll be working forearm balance. Connect to breath. Getting deep breaths here. It gives us about 8 breaths in straddle or about 4 breaths per leg reach. Got it? All right. And then if you are through, we'll stand at the top of our mat and get ready for some suns. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach arms overhead. And exhale, fold forward, softening neck, eyes. With the palms down on surface, whether that's ground or shin, inhale, lift the chest away from your knuckles. So it's not that I'm rounding my spine, it's I'm lifting my chest away from my knuckles. Set the hands down, exhaling, we'll step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, warrior two, right foot forward. Warrior two, so we're facing the long edge of our mat. Tailbone finds downward. The skull, the neck joints find skyward. Head to ankle prep. We'll go right hand to right thigh, left hand to ground. Inhaling into right side pelvis, waist. Exhaling, pressing. Just a light amount. Good. When we release, inhale, walk the hands next to the right foot. Set the left knee down, lounge lunge. So now that left side will get that arcing crescent kind of a bend. Left hand down. My right arm uses the right thigh to adjust how much rotation. Now, this is a tiny move, but as I actively bring my right elbow toward my right hip, the nature of the bend changes quite a bit. I'll say that again. As I actively bring my right elbow strongly toward my right hip, it changes the nature of the spiral, the bend, and that middle spine area. Try it out. We're playing with it all week, whether we know it or not. Mm-hmm. And then inhaling, unwind, backing the hips over the left knee for twisting lunge. Exhaling, I'm hooking that left elbow over the right thigh. And my right hand now presses atop the left hand. Moving on exhale into interlock or twisting lunge interlock. Sliding that left armpit down. Right hand reaches behind back. Relaxing the head and the neck. Release hands. Inhale, unwind. We'll set hands under shoulders. Exhaling, we'll step back. This time lower all the way down to the ground. Bring the hands off to the side for shoulder shrugs and boat. Reaching back through the legs, tailbone shifts down. Inhale, hands, elbows, chest, lift up. Exhaling, squeeze tops of shoulders, let up a bit. Squeeze middle parts of shoulder blades, let up a bit. Squeeze bottom tips of shoulder blades, let up. Let's do one more round. Inhale. So I want you to get this feeling, lifting the chest away from the ground. And release. That lifting the chest away, what we'll be using in that monkey pose, right? Inhale, hands under chest. Exhaling, downward dog. Now the places you had just squeezed, find out if you can feel breath right in between the shoulder blades, right between the blade and the spine. Kneeling step, left foot forward. We'll do that head to ankle prep. So we're stepping into a warrior two stance. The left hand goes to the left thigh. The right hand goes to the ground in front of the right hip. Feet active. Inhaling into the left side waist, the left side pelvis. Exhaling, a little hand pressure. Arc. So I'm quite active with the legs. Being active in the legs lets my hand pressure translate as opening in that left hip crease. You feel that area grow more spacious. It's different than just getting stretchier. There may be some relationship between feeling stretchier and feeling spacious, but they're not always the same intentionality, the same and when I release, inhale, walking the hands toward the left foot, setting the right knee down, lounge, lunge. And when I grab that left thigh, of course I can drape the ribs, can do this passively. I can also intimate left elbow, drawing nearer to left hip. And feel how that kind of changes the crescenting of the torso. For some of you, it may side bend more. For some of you, it may feel like it spirals the body more, twists. So getting those side bends and those twists to really help each other out. They're closely related. They need each other. Mm-hmm. And then inhaling, unwind. We back the hips over the right knee for twisting lunge. Drawing the right arm up. Exhaling the right elbow over the left thigh. And twisting lunge interlock. I recommend moving the arms, moving the trunk into the pose. And a steady, smooth exhale. And release. Inhaling, unwind. Hands under shoulders. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Please choose cobra if it's a better move for you. Exhaling, downward dog. Lunge, heel up, knee up. Inhale, step right foot forward. Again, the left heel and the left knee remain off the ground. Inhale, bringing the hands down. Set the left knee down. I'm going to play a bit with scissors. Now you can do any portion of scissors that you want. You can do just the front leg portion, where we get the right arm under the right thigh. And just that contact might be pose sufficient for you. You can do the part where you press the right foot forward. Or you can do the scissors where a little change of hand position needed. I walk both feet away from each other. Stretching both legs out. Right foot forward, left foot backward. Give it a shot. I'm squeezing my inner thighs in their respective directions. So I'm squeezing my right inner thigh toward the ground and my left one toward the sky. That inner thigh will help the scissors feel floaty. There you go. The inner thighs tweeze. We'll press back into downward dog. We'll do that lunge. On the other side, inhale left, foot forward. Knee up, heel up. So it's actually right here that I'm priming my inner legs for that scissors. So I'm trying to find that inner right leg tweeze, supported by, redoubled by that inner left thigh tweeze. It's a strong engagement of those inner legs that lets me lunge quite far forward and feel totally supported. Good. Let's inhale the hands down, and here's scissors. And reminder stages if needed. 1, it can be head to ankle. So if you're not bearing weight on your hands today, just head to ankle is really, really sweet. 2 is just working the front leg forward. Or 3, walking both feet apart and finding a little float. There you go. There it is. Then we'll press back, downward dog. Inhale, step or lightly jump feet forward, monkey. Here's that move with my palms contacting something, ground or shins. I'm lifting my chest away from my knuckles. Exhaling, fold. Bend knees for chair, inhaling. Again, I'm lifting my chest away from the lap. Stand, exhaling, hands to heart. So we're going to do one more half Pashasana. I think the only thing you may want is maybe a strap or maybe some elevation for the heels. This is that squatting one where we'll be encircling one of our shins at a time with our arms. So the first thing to do is to find the squat that you can do, which may require blocks, it might require a little heel lift. And then find out how closely your feet can be together in your particular squat. The closer, generally, the more challenging. Oh, great, we're in it now. Take that right arm, go right between the legs. Inhale, lift the chest away from the lap. And then exhaling and circling that right shin with the arm. S-hook the hands, or get a little piece of strap to help you. Now a little inner leg squeeze goes a long way. So let those inner legs squeeze a little bit. Inhale, lengthen through the right side ribs. When we release the hands, inhale, unwind, place the hands on the ground, and we'll straighten the legs into folding, relax the neck. And then we'll squat right back down to do the other side. Again, maybe your legs can move a bit more closely together, I should say the feet. And now working the left hand, stretch the left hand between your legs. Exhaling, left arm encircles left shin. We connect the hands. Use those inner legs, squeeze those inner knees toward one another. So you're using the instep part of the foot also. And release. When we inhale and unwind, hands to ground, press the legs straightened, step off of any incline, and separate the feet for neck release. So this neck release is the one where our trunk is folded, hands interlace behind the head, so I'm getting my littlest fingers just kind of bumped up against the occiput, the back of head ledge. And I let my arms just clamp my upper jaw. And I simply allow the weight of the arms to help the head and the neck find more space. To exit out of here, remove the forearm pressure from the head. Take the hands away from the head. Leave the head hanging. Walk the feet under your hips, bend the knees. So you kind of just squat right back down. And once your butt touches the ground, we've made it Shavasana. So lie back. And we'll take a spot of rest. The interesting thing about our study of the quality of spaciousness in the body is it's not a form of distance, but of contact. Spaciousness is a function of contact, of intimacy. An interest to touch and to know every aspect of the body, its structure, its patterns, its makeup. So when we start to feel spaciousness, it's often because we're sensing sincerely and contacting what is there, what is. And therein is our freedom to engage, the freedom to release, in the psychology world, they call this healthy attachment. When you're ready, bend knees, turn to a side, and we'll use hands to press up. With pleasure. Namaste.